Mary's promises for daily devotion. The most amazing thing about the Rosary is that Mary made 15 promises to those who recite it daily. These aren't insignificant promises, but rather enormously helpful graces provided to those who are trying to live a good and faithful Catholic life. The first promise: to all those who shall pray my rosary devoutly, I promise my special protection and great graces. The second promise: those who shall persevere in the recitation of my rosary will receive signal graces. The third promise: the rosary will be a very powerful armor against hell. It will destroy vice, deliver from sin, and dispel heresy. The fourth promise: the rosary will make virtue and good works flourish and will obtain for souls the most abundant divine mercies. It will draw the hearts of men from the love of the world and its vanities and will lift them to the desire of eternal things. Oh, that souls would sanctify themselves by this means. The fifth promise: those who trust themselves to me through the rosary will not perish. The sixth promise: whoever recites my rosary devoutly, reflecting on the mysteries, shall never be overwhelmed by misfortune. He will not experience the anger of God, nor will he perish by an unprovided death. The sinner will be converted, the just will persevere in grace and merit eternal life. The seventh promise: those truly devoted to my rosary shall not die without the sacraments of the Church. The eighth promise: those who are faithful to recite my rosary shall have during their life and at the end of their death the light of God and the plenitude of His graces, and will share in the merits of the blessed. The ninth promise: I will deliver promptly from purgatory souls devoted to my rosary. The 10th promise: true children of my rosary will enjoy great glory in heaven. The 11th promise: what you shall ask through my rosary, you shall obtain. The 12th promise: to those who propagate my rosary, I promise aid in all their necessities. The 13th promise: I have obtained from my Son that all the members of the Rosary confraternity shall have as their intercessors in life and in death the entire celestial court. The 14th promise: those who recite my rosary faithfully are my beloved children, the brothers and sisters of Jesus Christ. The 15th promise: devotion to my rosary is a special sign of predestination. Mary, who is our true spiritual mother, always desires what is best for us. She who was conceived without sin and sits as the Queen of heaven and earth enjoys a will that is in perfect unity with the will of God. What she wants for us is nothing less than what He wants. And He who made us knows precisely what we need to do the work He has assigned us and the surest path home to Him. These promises of Mary show us how the Rosary serves as a spiritual weapon that every soldier for Christ and His Church needs to fight successfully in the spiritual battle that comprises much of our earthly sojourn. Those who trust in the Rosary and are faithful to Mary through it will have access to many additional graces that those who choose not to pray it won't. Graces we desperately need to help us make it through the narrow gate that leads to heaven.